Hi there, my name's John Proctor. I'm the manager of Engage Schools. If you don't know what Engage Schools is, it's our secondary school project run by Telford Christians Together and Catalyst Youth Trust. And what we're trying to do is to build long-term trusting relationships with secondary schools, making a difference, particularly in their RE curriculum, but also trying to meet the needs that they feel that they've got in their schools. Of course, one of the key things with working with secondary schools, um, which is perhaps a little bit difficult at times, is that secondary schools often change very, very quickly. Sometimes there's policy changes, sometimes there's a catastrophe, sometimes they even change the trusts that work for them. And that means that engaged schools has to have an inbuilt patience and resilience to change. This year, for example, we've been working with some of the schools that we've worked with over the years, and some of them we've had to be patient and say, okay, this isn't the right time. But of course, what's great is that the Lord opens up new opportunities and new relationships and new schools to work with, which perhaps we've been struggling with before. Today, I wanted to tell you about 5 distinctives of this year, 5 areas of schools ministry that I've been working on with churches from the town, using resources and using strategies that have come from conversations with secondary schools, hoping and really at times really earnestly hoping to make a difference and meet the needs that they've got. The first distinctive then is our work with RE leads. Some of our secondary schools in Telford don't even have RE leads, but increasingly there are more and more schools who are taking the RE curriculum really seriously. And one of the things I've been trying to do is to build the confidence of those RE leads. One of the ways that we found that we could increase their confidence was actually to become an accredited provider through the National RE Hubs work. Now, that RE Hubs is a way for every RE specialist in the country to know that the people they're working with are safe, trained, and recognised. And so what we've been doing is actually making certain that all the RE leads in the town know that we're linked with RE Hubs so that they can ask us even the smallest questions. How do I run a trip? What would I do about this thing that we have to teach in the Christianity curriculum? And raising that confidence is something that Engaged Schools, I think, has been doing particularly well. The second distinctive then is on our ability to provide visiting speakers, and visiting speakers has become something that is a great asset to schools. It's a great asset to me as well, because as we can increase the amount of people who we use in secondary schools who are of real quality and have got something to say, schools can come to us and say, can we have someone on this subject? And then all I have to say is, yeah, I'll just get in contact with that person. And so that's been a great distinctive of this year. And that's even opened up opportunities in schools and colleges like Telford College, which we previously haven't done much with. A third distinctive then is that I've been working with a couple of schools on a mentoring program. This has been a new trial for this year to see what it would be like to work with individual young people, particularly in the schools that are identifying that that's a particular need. So I've been giving quite a lot of time to mentoring students in 2 secondary schools, and I'm now at a point where I'm introducing new mentors from the churches. And what I hope is that we can increase that, keep the ball rolling and roll that out amongst more and more schools in the town as we're able. A fourth distinctive then is a really big deal for us and a really big deal for me, because we developed our own schools work package with Catalyst Youth Trust. It's called Hikaru, Name Above All Names, and you may have come across Hikaru in church literature and things, but Hikaru is basically a novel, but it's also an RE workshop that we work with in schools, and we've been taking bookings and going in and talking to young people about Jesus through this allegorical storytelling, which is Hikaru. The fifth distinctive then, and the final thing I want to tell you about today, is that we're starting another new trial, which is in playground pastors for primary schools. We're going to be trialing that with one primary school to begin with. And we're actually beginning to look for a couple of team members who would come to volunteer to give their time to see what it would be like to place a couple of Christians at lunchtime in a school. I think that would be really encouraging, and that's come again from a need that's been expressed from a school, that they need more support from the community, and they would like to use Engaged Schools because they trust the provision and they trust the organisation. This is a great time, I think, for our schools ministry. There's so much more to do, and of course every year brings more and more young people into the secondary schools. But my prayer, and I think that perhaps our prayer as a church, should be that we're traveling through education with the young people. We're journeying with them as early as possible in their lives to really demonstrate the love of Jesus. So all of you who are doing open the book assemblies, experiences, linking through the local church, we are a team. We are part of the same ministry. And what I really hope and pray is that we join together even more as time goes on, so that young people can recognize as they get older all of the people that have made a big difference in their lives. Do pray for us. Do let me know. It's encouraging to know when people are supportive, and to do also, if you'd like, invite me to come and speak to your church so that we can tell you perhaps some more personal stories and give you more detail than just a short video like this. But for now, I just want to say thank you, and I really do hope to see you soon.